I'm very excited from a scientific standpoint, but I do, and we all are very well aware of the human impact of this. So even though it looks cool online, it looks cool to it looks cool to sort of see all this science in action, we do want folks to know that getting to this point is dangerous. The burst out of the eye, I mean, look at all the damage just on this little stretch of highway.
Yeah, that's a surgeon pretty good.
Flooding farther to my south, but when you have that and an acute tornado risk in one of the biggest, most densely populated areas of the country at night, not a great recipe for travel. The good news though, it's Sunday, commute not quite as bad as it
Stop it right here! Stop right here! We gotta back up! Back it up! Back it up! Oh! Roof's going! Roof's gone right now! Eyewall, Hurricane making landfall right now as a Category 3 storm, high intensity Cat 3. The roof of this building was just ripped off right behind me. You can see power lines down right now as it makes landfall. Here we go, guys. Here it comes.
From a scientific standpoint, from a communication standpoint, this is a master class in meteorology. All the air is rushing in. We're basically in a vacuum right now. All the air is rushing into this area. Can't disclaimer, obviously, I'm very excited from a scientific standpoint, but I do, and we all are very well aware of the human impact of this. So even though it looks cool online, it looks cool to, oh, there's a bird. It looks cool to sort of see all this science in action. We do want folks to know that getting to this point was dangerous. The first out of the eye, I mean, look at all the damage just on this little stretch of highway.
Flooding farther to my south, but when you have that and an acute tornado risk in one of the biggest, most densely populated areas of the country at night, not a great recipe for travel. The good news, though, it's Sunday, commute not quite as bad as it
Stop it right here! Stop right here! We gotta back up! Back it up! Back it up! Oh! Roof's going! Roof's gone right now! Eyewall! Hurricane making landfall right now as a Category 3 storm, high intensity Cat 3. The roof of this building was just ripped off right behind me. As you can see, power lines down right now as it makes landfall. Here we go, guys. Here it comes.
Where's that eye? wait for Reed. Whole lot of nothing out here. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. We're definitely getting some 60, 70 mile an hour gusts though. Yanks the car around pretty good. Scary out here. Look how flat it is. Getting closer. Getting windy. That's for damn sure. There's no friction out here, so you're gonna get the full brunt of the storm. It's so flat, I just see ocean. It's scary out here. There he is. There's Brad. Here we go, guys. We're in it. Here she is. Didn't beat the eyewall, did we? It's just a big eyewall. I gotta get out here. We really gotta get out here. Man, I'm on the water. Look at that. It's here. whole lot of nothing out here, guys. Holy cow. Excuse me. What blew off over here? Oh, some palm tree. Some palm. That's the levee. That's our escape? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. You ain't go if you go under up there, you got problems. All right, guys, we made it. Yeehaw! Here we go, guys. We're in Cocodrie. It's already surging here. Of course he's here. Why wouldn't he be here? Annoying. hold off on being down here too much. Big surge. I'm good with that. I don't like playing in this deep of water. Big time surge coming into Cocodrie right now, Cocodrie. Major surge. I'm gonna have to go barefoot, I think. Tired of trashing these shoes. That is surge, yeah, that's coming in.
There's a lot of boards and bales over there.
That's why I turned around. And I didn't want to bury this car.
It's about to get crazy.
Oh, it's coming. It's gonna be a fun one. Let me see if this helps you.
All right, we are approaching Dulac.
Wow, what a beautiful looking eye there.
Yeah, the eye does look pretty good. And we are just about to approach. So we're just about to get into the edge of the eye wall. So again, the eye wall is that ring of winds on the periphery of the eye where winds will be gusting upwards of 80 miles per hour. We're about to see that soon. And you know, it's not raining where I am right now. We're at the edge of the moat, but we're about to get to the eye wall any minute, and the winds are definitely getting stronger here. Yeah, even noticing the past 60 seconds to 2 minutes, the gusts are getting gnarlier here.
Yeah, we should probably get moving. Hear the water slapping up against the side of my car. Feel the waves hitting my car. We're gonna get out of this. It's coming up fast. Oh, it's coming up fast now. It's coming up fast now.
That's good. I have my own personal swimming pool.
I'm just gonna... I was gonna go that way. We're good.
What's up?
Hey, buddy. All right. A lot of wood floating around. We gotta get out of this. It's coming up fast, actually. All right, guys, here we go. It's here. Eyewall's here. I'm gonna go check our escape route quick. Here's the eyewall, guys. We're coming into it. Just want to check our escape route. We don't want to get cut off. That surge is coming in quick here. Just checking. Yeah, we're gonna be fine, I think. There's the levee. Great, cool. Let my dad know. miles. All right. Yeehaw. Back up for you. Give you a little bit of space. There you go. Big time storm surge here, guys. I'm gonna hop out and shoot some video. That surge is starting to come in, pushing really hard right now. See everybody backing out. Everybody's getting out of there. It's getting pushed in. Big time surge pushing in right now, guys. Let that record. That's what I'll do. I'll just plug that in while we're at it.
All right, gang, the wind is howling here in Dulac, a little bit south of Houma, Louisiana. We went about 20 miles to the south-southeast, and you can see, you know, the trees are whipping about. We're probably getting gusts right now over 70 miles per hour at times as the outer eyewall moves in. Once the inner eyewall gets here, we'll see gusts over 80 miles per hour. You can see, though, the water not that much below the roadway. So, again, conditions are getting worse. If I pivot over this way, you can see, you know, we're probably only about 2 feet above current sea level, and with an incoming 3 to 5 foot surge as the inner eyewall comes in, this area may soon be underwater. So again, we're watching this very closely, but for now, you know, the eyewall is definitely moving in here in Dulac, Louisiana.
Yeah, here we are. We are in Cocodrie. And the eyewall is getting here right now, guys. It's literally coming in right now. Oh, good waves there. It's about to start getting interesting here. Hello. Oh yeah, we're good. I'm not gonna risk my car. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me? Yeah, we're fine. We're totally fine. Oh, you're good. I can mute myself. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that echo though. But it's about to start getting crazy in the next few minutes because we're about to get the northeast corner of that eyewall. And there's no friction here.
Alrighty, we are definitely in the eyewall now in Dulac,
Okay,
Louisiana.
you just want me to talk?
Over 70 miles per hour times. It is getting a little bit nasty here, and we're probably
Okay,
about
how long do you need it?
1.5, 2 feet above sea level. This surge will come up in the next little while as well.
Let's wait until it gets crazy because it's gonna get pretty gnarly. Get up.
In 1 mile, the destination is on your right, Dollar General.
Yeah, we didn't put any storage cameras out this time, so we're good. But okay, stream, I'm gonna let you know now. We're coming into the northeast corner of that eyewall. It's the most intense usually for the wind speeds. You're gonna get your craziest wind and your craziest surge out of that northeast quadrant. And that's coming in. That's about to come in and slap us. That's where we're gonna see those gusts of over 100 miles an hour likely. Could see some flying debris as well. And that storm surge is gonna continue pushing in here. So just so you are aware, that is what we're gonna be here. We're gonna be filming it. We do have an escape route here as well, so just letting you know.
The destination is on your right, Dollar General. Arrive.
We're in Cappucci. Here it comes. The eyewall's coming in fast. Alright, wind's gonna start increasing as time goes on now. There's no getting out of here now. Got an eye on my rear view mirror. Surge is coming in behind us, but not very deep. It does go uphill back there, so. As you can see though, we have a river right here in front of us. I actually hear water flunking up against the side of my car right now. Let the back up probably. There we go. Hey, thank you for the super chat. You are awesome. I gotta turn around. You guys are gonna see these buildings are blocking our wind here. Buildings blocking our wind. Back up. Put it in reverse.
And we are continuing to look outside at the
Just kidding, we're fine. I just want you guys to be able to see the wind a little
of
better.
Francine as it makes landfall in southern Louisiana. Right now, winds gusting upwards of 70 miles per hour. It's definitely getting nasty here.
Here we go, guys. Come on, stream. It's not a good time for Starlink to stop it right now, Starlink. Gun, we're not back. Come on, reconnect. Reconnect.
thanks.
She's here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it till the eye and then just change out the tire. Yeah. I appreciate it. I think I should. No, much appreciated. I'm just glad I finally got to meet you. Like I.
Make sure I got my towel on my seat. Getting pretty gnarly here. gotta dry off the camera. It's getting a little wet. Poor thing. There you go. Come on, baby. Gotta keep you dry. How's the stream? Is it still working? It's hard to have Starlink out here. It's bad service and everything, but we're trying. We're trying to keep it up. There's some crab cages. I wonder if they have any crabs. She's here now. She's here now. All right, I'm gonna go check our escape route. Gotta go check our escape route. It's getting bad. It's getting real bad. Starting to get gnarly out here. I'm gonna go check. Power pole in the road. Road's good behind us, right?
It was fine. We went like 10 minutes.
Like right here?
I don't think it's over anywhere. I think it's starting to come out. It's fine.
I'm gonna check it quick. Oh yeah, surging in behind us here. It's trying to catch you off guard here. How deep though? Oh. Not running that over. Not playing that game. There we go. Go around it on the right side. Surging in behind us, guys. That blocks the road here. Everybody's screwed. It's surging in behind us. Pretty bad, actually. Stuff I don't want to run over. Just checking the road. Probably lose a tire this trip. It's fine. Man, that's, oh geez, yeah, it's coming in bad back here. Yeah, it's coming in real bad here. That's the road. Yeah. It's coming in pretty good now. Yo, are you watching? Okay. Yeah, I'm here. Gotcha. Yeah, we're in the storm surge. I had to back up. Eyewall's hitting right now. Reed's on my stream in this red Dodge sitting in the surge. But yeah, it's coming in right now, so. Cool, love you. Bye. Cat 2. Category 2. Official, yeah. That's just some desk dude. And that surge is coming in hot. Hot, hot, hot. Look at this. Hey! Hold on. Here it is. I'm gonna ruin the shoes on purpose. Sliding on the shoes. I think I just gave myself a hernia.
Yeah, should be good. I'm gonna change it in the eye.
I hope I didn't.
I know, I'm gonna change it in the eye.
Really hope I didn't just give myself a hernia.
I should be good, but I appreciate it. Thanks, so. Nice to meet you, by the way. What's...
approaching 100. Now this eye wall, the innermost ring of wind surrounding the eye, is heading for New Orleans by 6 p.m. Gusts over 75 miles per
They do, you know, you're in the eyewall, and it definitely means business. This is the eyewall right now. We are seeing gusts over 80 miles per hour at times, and I can tell you, it's a fierce thing. one too. Let's see.
Okay. Unmuted right now. Say something.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. We are in the eye wall of the storm, and we're about to be in the eye.
All right, that's it. Just.
Hey there, gang. I'm MyRadar meteorologist Cappucci in Dulac, Louisiana. Right now, we're getting gusts 85 to 90 miles per hour. I'm in a Suburban. It is rocking right now. The gusts are very impressive, but they're also erratic. We're in the inside of the eye wall, or that innermost ring of wind that surrounds the eye. Francine was just upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane, and I can tell you it is fierce. It feels like a high-end one, borderline 2. That's what it is. And on the inside of the eye wall, we get such erratic gusts because we're going from chaotic winds in the eye wall to calm in the eye. And that's not a graceful transition at all. It's a big angular momentum, chaotic flux. And so right now, the water has spread over the road. You can hear the wind behind me, I'm sure. We've lost a few trees around me. The roof across the street over there is beginning to peel back a little bit, and I can tell you it is definitely a nasty storm. This will be working northeast in the next couple of hours. I think it'll be in Louisiana and New Orleans by, I'd say, 6 o'clock Central Time. And at that point, even though it'll be removed from the ocean and losing some steam, gusts over 75 miles per hour are still possible. Wow. The vehicle just moved probably 6 inches back and forth. Once again, it is moving. I'm in a Suburban right now, and this is a big, heavy-duty vehicle. It is rocking back and forth like nobody's business. Very impressive stuff. So again, we are watching that right now here in Houma, Louisiana, a little bit south of Houma, Louisiana, in Dulac. I was in Houma. Houma's next in line. Houma will likely see gusts around 80 miles per hour. Same thing in Port Morgan. But for now, this is a very impressive storm and one you really want to take seriously. There's also been a ton of rain. You know, even outside the surge areas, I've seen people have significant rainfall in the order of 6, 7, 8 inches in their yard, pooling, causing localized flooding. That rain can't drain out because the surge is coming in. So at this point, we're going to take a look at Jordan Stream. I'll flip my camera around. You guys will be able to see what's in front of me. I'll narrate a little bit more, and we'll all kind of talk about what we're seeing, and we'll walk you through this impressive storm as it marches up into greater Louisiana and greater New Orleans. So Jack, let me know if at this point we can transition back and tilt the camera forward. But I can tell you it's a very impressive storm, and I think we're going to flip over to Jordan Hall Stream. Jordan's in the area as well.
Oh yeah, there's like 5 people stuck on this little high point right now. Yeah, I texted you back.
In any case, yeah, I'm good to go back on. All right, gang, welcome back. I flipped my camera around. We are looking forward right now from the Dollar General in Dulac, Louisiana. We are on the innermost edge of the eye wall, but we're getting something called mesovortices, so smaller eddies within the eye. So just when you think you're in the eye, and you can even see it's brightening kind of that way, when you think you're in the eye, suddenly a mesovortex, or a smaller eddy, whips through, contorts the inside of the eye wall, and suddenly you get gusty winds once again. We've seen gusts here close to 90 miles per hour at times. I've seen a row of trees bowing down about 50 degrees. It was like they were bowing down. Very impressive to see. So we're soon to get into the eye. That'll happen probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes, but you can see just how fast the winds are whipping by. I'm in a sheltered location in the lee of the Dollar General, but again, you see those winds whipping through. And right now, we are seeing gusts over 80 miles per hour for places like Dulac, heading the direction of Morgan City. Morgan City right now probably seeing, I'd say, gusts around 60 miles per hour. Same thing, Homa. You're going to notice a big uptick in wind once you get closer to the innards of the eye wall. And once you get to the eye, you might see some overcast skies. You might see a bit of brightening. The backside of the eye is beginning to fill in a little bit too, so you might get kind of a backlash as well. This storm has been struggling with dry air, which has been eroding it from the inside out, but also that dry air sometimes helps to more efficiently mix momentum down to the surface. I mean, look at these winds. I'll open the window just so you can kind of hear a little bit. It's difficult to appreciate just how loud the winds are roaring, but I can tell you, they mean business. If we look over here, and I'll do my best to zoom in, if you look in the distance, you can see that the street is wet, but the water is just below the roadway, which is impressive to see. It shows you the water is coming up. Fortunately, Dulac is not underwater at this juncture. If I flip around, though, we're going to drive the vehicle. Don't mind me. We're going to drive the vehicle over a little bit just to face a different vantage point. And once we get to this side, you'll be able to see very impressively that the water is now just about to the roadway here. So again, we are at a somewhat sheltered location here at the Dollar General, but look at those winds whipping across the road, and look at those winds whipping across the water. So again, gusts over 80 miles per hour still at my location. There are multiple trees that have been down. I've seen shingles peeled off of homes. Right now, there doesn't appear to be any structural damage in my immediate vicinity. What impresses me the most, though, is at times, oh, see, now we're getting some wicked gusts, is at times we're seeing the winds spike up to close to 90, then settle back down to 60 and spike up to 90. And that's kind of the erratic nature of being inside the eye wall. The eye wall is that area where you're transitioning from chaotic, furious winds. Wow, my vehicle's rocking back and forth. Chaotic, furious winds to nothing in the eye. And weather doesn't do graceful transitions well. And so instead, we see erratic changes with flare-ups of wind and then nothing and flare-ups of wind. We call those mesovortices, or smaller little eddies of spin on the inside of the eye. I'm going to guess that I'll see kind of a stair-step down in terms of wind. In other words, I'll see less wind in the next few minutes after about 10 more minutes. Then suddenly it'll spike up again. So I probably have another 30 or so minutes before I'm actually in the eye. So again, that's what we're paying attention to right now. We're also in the process of trying to send a video to greater New Orleans. So again, New Orleans is about to see significant winds over 75 miles per hour, and I can tell you it's a mean storm. It's holding together decently well. It is a Category 2. It's impressive that even though the satellite imagery indicates weakening, we're seeing an uptick in winds at the lower levels, courtesy perhaps of this dry air partially mixing in. But like I said, you know, you look across the street right now, those winds are absolutely howling. We're very fortunate water hasn't overspread the road, at least where I am here. But if you look just down that way, water is over the roadway, and you can see water is quickly lapping at the roadway, and some routes will be made impassable. And that's why we tell folks, surge is a very dangerous thing. run from the water, hide from the wind. It's easy to shelter from wind inside your home, inside your vehicle, if you're in a safe location. But escaping water is an entirely different thing. That's what people have to be doing right now. The Dollar General sign just above me even looks like it kind of wants to fly away. So we still have a little while until we are actually in the eye, but the eye wall, that ring of winds, is holding together quite well, and that will continue to be the case this next little while. So again, we are watching very closely as this eye wall shifts. Ooh, the winds are getting nasty again. Shifts northeast with time. It's only moving at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, so once you're in the eye wall, you'll be in it for probably 1 to 2 hours. I mean, I've been in it for about 60 to 90 minutes now, and it's been a chaotic 60 to 90 minutes. I will be in the calm eye in about 45 more minutes, so I'll be doing that eventually. And the eye should be an oasis of calm. There will be a bit of a backlash on the backside as the backside of the eye comes in. The eye wall has held together better than I expected, believe it or not. I thought that we would see more in the way of drying that would erode the eye wall, but instead we're seeing a pretty impressive resilience of this eye wall, and even noticing the winds are kind of changing direction just a little bit now. Let's see if we can pivot the camera a little bit to look directly across the street. Ooh, that was a nasty gust. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that is a nasty gust.
To do that, you need a data plan for your vehicle
Oh, hush, Siri. Sorry, folks at home. You might hear the car barking at me in the background. The car doesn't like me, but that's all right. I like the car. It's a trusty car. And just like that, notice the wind settle back markedly. So that's how the inside of the eye wall is. You get crazy gusts, you get damaging gusts, you get at times destructive gusts, then next to nothing. And that's somehow how these situations are. Let's see if we can actually drive this way a little bit more. And, we'll eventually be coming back to this location. But I want to focus a little bit more on the roadway. Obviously, no one is around, so it's okay to do this. But, let's see. Obviously, the water is up to the roadway. That person's vehicle is getting close to being in danger. But we've actually held together quite well in terms of this part of the roadway being above water. But you go down that way. I drove that area earlier on. If you go way down there, they're below water. And again, you can see these winds whipping through. Look at this tree right here. This tree is just holding on for dear life. This gives you a good indication of how strong the winds are. Leaves are flying through the air everywhere. And in fact, if I back up a little bit, and forgive me because obviously no one's around, so we're allowed to be, roaming around this parking lot. But I want to show you just how much the trees are flailing wildly. You'll see it in just a sec. I mean, look at this. The trees are barely holding on here, and we're in a somewhat sheltered location. I'm shocked that more of them haven't come down. And I can tell you, looking around right now, most places near the street are underwater. I mean, the homes across the street are fortunately raised. Most folks here, due to building codes, have to have raised homes. I'm going to pivot again in just a second, and we'll be able to better visualize the strong gusts with these trees. These trees earlier on were bowing down. I'm going to put it in the park. And, I mean, look at that. Obviously, the winds here are something pretty nasty, but they are getting a little better right now. But I think that's the atmosphere trying to fool me. I'm not quite in the eye. The radar indicates there might be one more brief fit of wind, if you will, but soon always a particularly graceful thing, and that's what sometimes makes storm chasing a little bit tough. In the meantime, we're going to send an alert to Louisiana, so I have to duck off for a second. Jack, if you wouldn't mind letting me know when we are able to shift back to Jordan Stream, because I understand Jordan is in the area covering this too. That would be great, and then I'll hop back on a little bit. So Jack, let me know when we are good to go, and we'll transition for the folks at home to Jordan Stream.
Man, there's some good gusts in here. Dang. Yeah. Man, that water's coming up quick. Major surge ongoing right now, you guys. Big time surge. Still receiving? What the hell? How long are those? Ah, that's getting deep. That guardrail's going underwater. It's already underwater now where we were just standing. let's keep an eye on this, guys. I want to point this out. Oh my gosh, my stream's not pumping. The problem? Come on, push. Come on, give me some push. There's a shed back there that's rolling around that wasn't there before. Got to monitor that. Here we go.
Okay.
Right now, we are seeing winds gusting over 80 miles per hour still. The surge continues to come up a little bit as it roadway. Let me know when you... All right, hey there, gang. Right now we are still in Dulac, Louisiana. First things
Y'all
first.
see that, right?
The
That
sky
big
is
shed
bright
over there
to
off
our
the
right,
right.
but then look at to our left. It gets markedly
not there.
darker. So we're not in the eye yet. We are getting mesovortices. Look right now, though. It's comparatively calm, and in just a second, we'll probably see gusts around 90 miles per hour again. That's how it is on the inside of these eyes. They're not clean transitions. You go from wet to dry, windy to nothing, and if we look over here, the water is again lapping at the roadway. It is so close to being up and over the road, and I chose one of the highest places here. I don't mess with surge. And already, we'll take a look once again. You know, here's the roadway, here's the surge. And this has been coming in quite a bit more in the past few minutes. Just down the street, we are seeing full overwash of the roadway. In fact, let's see if we can take a peek down this way. I don't want to go far, but I can tell you, you know, look, the road right here is only 8 inches above the water. And if we pivot around to the other side, we'll probably see something quite similar. Again, I don't drive through flooded roadways. I don't play with surge. That's just not my thing. But really, across the area, we're seeing very impressive amounts of wind, surge as well. And the craziest part to me is the fact that this storm dropped 10 millibars, meaning it lost about 1% of the atmosphere's ambient mass in barely an hour's time between successive flights of the hurricane hunters. Oh, wow. Wow. We just had something called a mini swirl go across the water. So sometimes when you're in the inside of these storms, you get little gusts that spin up, almost like miniature gustnados, but they get vertically stretched by the changing winds with height and the increasing winds with height, and they can cause little narrow strips of erratic damage. Obviously, we're not
Why is it? Why? Here we go, guys. Is the road under 4 feet of water up there? Oh man. What'd you say? You cut out. Oh man, this is the real wind. Here it goes, guys. We're getting in it now. Yo.
Hi.
Yeah. 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 Really that deep up there? How many people are there though? Oh, everybody dipped out. Dude, the wind's just getting here. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Bird, there's a bird! He's in the water! He's floating! Big wind here, guys. Man, big wind. I gotta shoot some shots. Woo!
I just heard it on the street.
You know what? All right, gang, we're getting mesovortex action here in Dulac, Louisiana. Mesovortex meaning a smaller eddy of spin or a smaller whirl inside the eye, and that causes erratic gusts and big gusts. Even right now, I mean, look, you can see a crazy gust going across the water right over there. Another one. It's amazing to see these little zephyrs of wind, if you will, and changes in wind direction. But I can tell you, it's been very fierce right here. We have seen gusts over 90 miles per hour at times. The 3 boats you see right over here aren't supposed to be there. Those washed down the river. They collided and washed down the river. Unclear who those belong to. If they are leftover abandoned ships from Ida, which struck back in August of last year, or rather August of 2021, my apologies, or if they actually belong to people. But you can see one is listing very much to its port side. Trees are bowing down, and I mean, just look at these gusts whipping across the water. And that water is way higher than it should be. It's almost up to the roadway. In fact, it is up to the roadway. The roadway is only about 8 inches above the water, making many routes impassable. I'll be hunkering down here, obviously, until we're in a safe passage. But very impressive situations here with all the wind. Look at that gust just whipping through. We're noticing, I mean, look at that. The confetti of leaves over me. The changing wind direction is one of the most impressive attributes of the inside of the eye. We're seeing this mesovortex come through, and I have unfortunately no cell service, so I can't get any more radar coverage, which, you know, is par for the course sometimes. But being able to see the winds just going crazy and flailing around in all directions, cell service obviously coming and going, it is so impressive. And it's characteristic of the inside of the eye. It's not just a clear transition. You know, when you're going through the eye wall, which is just that innermost ring of furious winds that encircles the eye, to the eye, which is supposed to be calm, it's not just in, out, windy, not windy. That's not how it works. Instead, it's a very jagged transition because the atmosphere itself has to transition from fury to calm. And so it does that in like a stair-step pattern with these smaller whirls that whip around the inside of the eye. And some are a few miles wide, and so you can't really see them, but you can see them on radar, and they come through with enhanced winds and changes of wind direction. So I can tell you the winds earlier on were going more from right to left. Now they're going from left to right. They have changed direction. We also get these brief spasmodic gusts, at times topping 85, approaching 90 miles per hour, and those are what cause most of the damage. You can see, like right there, for example, the wind's just fanning out in a strange direction over the water, and my Suburban rocking back and forth in the wind. I don't know if you can hear the wind behind me, but I can tell you it is certainly something fierce. And this is the same eye wall that will be hitting New Orleans after about 6 p.m., albeit in a somewhat weakened state, hopefully weakened state. It's already closing in on New Orleans. Gusts in there likely topping, I'd say, 70 miles per hour. There might be a few 75-mile-per-hour gusts at Louis Armstrong International Airport, which would be obviously concerning. The remainder of the storm is still moving ashore. So Morgan City is in the eye wall right now. They're getting gusts over 80 miles per hour. Homa in the eye wall right now. They're getting gusts over 80 miles per hour. Fortunately, right here, at least in Dulac, it looks like the area escaped the worst of the surge, but I'm still rocking back and forth in my vehicle. That eye wall having already came through, but not quite here yet. And it looks like it'll still be a little while longer before I actually get into the eye, if I do. The storm is supposedly moving northeast, which means I should, at least in the next 25 to 30 minutes, ideally be in the eye. And truth be told, it would be nice to get a break and enjoy some calm weather in the eye. You know, inside the eye, the storm is where the air actually sinks. There's so much rising air where we are right now. It's warm, moist air rising up high into the sky like a chimney. But in the eye, you know, the air has to sink somewhere, so it sinks down to the eye. It punches out a little dry area with calm winds. That's why the eye exists. That's its purpose, to represent sinking air. And that sinking air warms up, dries out, and punches out the eye. What winds up happening, though, is that you go from chaotic winds to virtually nothing in the eye. It might still be overcast. I'm expecting it to be overcast in the eye, but I think in the next probably 20 to 30 minutes, I should be far enough in the eye that I can get out safely, walk around, inspect the vehicle. We had some minor vehicle damage because, you know, it oftentimes happens when storm chasing. You got to change a quick tire. Fortunately, it's only one this time, which, you know, we've all, if you've driven through hurricanes before, you know sometimes you got to change a tire, and that's part of life. So I'll be doing that in the eye itself. But otherwise, the crew's safe. We're all safe. We're stationed in a really good position above ground. The Dollar General parking lot in Dulac, Louisiana is situated about an extra 4 or 5 feet up. It's an artificially raised parking lot, and the Dollar General itself is up another 5 feet. The engineers who designed the Dollar General here, or the architects, were absolutely brilliant, because what they did was literally build the building higher than it needed to be, such that even if we had 5 more feet of surge, the merchandise and the people inside the building would be safe. And really, even the cars would be, for the most part, safe because we're up high enough. Again, the clouds overhead are racing by very quickly, but it's brightening a little bit. So we're getting closer to the eye, but we're not there yet. In fact, looking at the MyRadar app, I can measure, and I can tell you we're still probably, looks like 10, 11 miles away from being in the eye, which actually might mean that I have more than 30 minutes to go. It's a very slow-moving eye that is drifting eastwards quite slowly. It looked like I was closer, but really I know I'm not. Meanwhile, near Gray, Bayou Cane, and Homa, off to your north and west, there's a fierce mesovortex likely producing gusts over 80 miles per hour. There may also even be a small tornadic circulation a little bit north of Bayou Cane near Gray. And that happens sometimes. When you have dry air infiltrating the storm, you get these weird little kinks of spin that can spin up on the inside of the eye wall, and there may be one of those approaching Gray and Thibodaux. So if you're in Gray and Thibodaux, you want to make sure that if you're still there, you are sheltered in an interior location away from windows, and you are trying to put as many layers between yourself and the outside world as possible. The other key thing, too, you know, make sure you're not vulnerable to falling trees. Obviously, this is a highly vegetated area. There is considerable verdure, so just trees and vegetation all about. And, you know, I haven't seen too much tree damage yet. Keyword is yet. I'd venture to say a lot of the native trees probably... Oh, here's a good gust. I'd venture to say a lot of the native trees probably were felled or killed. Oh, yeah, we're definitely... Oh, my gosh, there's a shirtless man randomly to my left walking down the street. I don't know if y'all can see this. I don't know if you want to see this. I'm not going to, you know... Oh, please don't go this way. Shirtless man, please go the other way. I think he's just surveying his home. He's shirtless and barefoot, which... You know, Louisiana. That's all I can say in the stream. But in any case, yes, we're still getting winds to around 90 miles per hour, watching the storm very closely, and our buddy without the shirt is just to my left. I'm not going to tilt the camera his way, just in case he winds up being a crazy person. He is wading through floodwaters right now that are past his knees. It looks like he is the homeowner who has partially lost his roof. He's surveying his roof. We still have a little longer to go here with the worst of the winds. What we were talking about earlier. Yeah, now the winds are changing direction once again. It's so amazing to see these directional changes of the wind. Now they're coming more left to right. Earlier on, they were coming from behind me to in front of me. And that's one of the tricky things with hurricanes. You know, even though it's a broad-scale system... Oh, part of his shingles just flew off. Even though it's a broad-scale system, the effects, the wind effects, are so localized. And you can see, you know, right there, part of his roof, in terms of shingles, appears to be peeling off. That boat is bumping up and down, if you can see it in the foreground to the right. The winds are still just nasty here. And yet, you see brightening skies up to the left. In fact, almost a few hints of clearing. Obviously not. We won't see blue skies here. But there's definitely some brightening. That's the craziest thing. You know, hurricanes are by design big sink drains. They're big sink drains, big sink drains. Oh my gosh, look at that one. That was a crazy gust that we got. But hurricanes are by design big sink drains. And, oh, okay, these are the strongest winds yet. We are rocking and rolling here. Wow. But hurricanes are by design really big sink drains. And what that means is the air is trying to drain to the middle because there's a deficit of air. Like right now, this storm is missing about 3 to 3.5% of the atmosphere's ambient mass. And so the air outside is like vacuumed in. But it can't fully reach the eye because it's being flung. Oh, wow, we are rock and rolling. But it's being flung outward by the spin of the hurricane. If the hurricane could just have the air come in and fill that void, then, the hurricane would go away. But it can't, because the hurricane's spinning so much that at the exact same rate the air wants to go in and fill that vacuum in the middle. It can't because it's being flung outward. I see a crew of 3 people in the street off to my left. I always do worry about looting and stuff in situations like this where, it's tough to get emergency first responders and personnel here. I think they're just happy people enjoying the storm, but we are watching, of course, very closely, just out of an abundance of caution, and if need be, we'll always, relocate to a different location. Let's see. Yeah, that wind is still rocking and rolling. And in the next probably 90 minutes, I do think that downtown New Orleans is going to see winds gusting over 75 miles per hour. And there's a chance some of these fiercest winds hop the bay and head over in the direction of Biloxi and maybe Gulfport, right in the water. And we'll see those winds decay with distance inland. As you encounter land, you get more friction, and resultantly, you get more in the way of reduction in the wind. But where we have the waters and nothing to really block the wind coming in, that's why we see so much stronger wind at the coastline. So again, current time is 5:23 local time, 6:23 Eastern time. And yeah, I can tell you the winds are still raging here. We are approaching the inside of the eyewall, but we're also getting mesovortices, so little areas of erratic changing winds. And the winds are getting progressively stronger here with time. More erratic, but stronger still. And that's what we got going on right now. We're watching this. There's a pretty good gust that's just whipping across the water right now, and my Suburban is whipping back and forth. We're probably moving 6 or 7 inches at a time. Vehicles going by, likely storm chasers in the area. We've seen a number of storm chasers. Freddie McKinney, legendary storm chaser, stopped by earlier on. One of the nicest people in this field that you'll ever meet. He's awesome. I know Reed Timmer was down here. Jordan Hall has been paying close attention as well. And Jack, I think we're probably going to send it back over to, oh, wow, this vehicle is rocking back and forth so much. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But, Jack, I think we're going to send it back over to Jordan Hall, so let me know when we're able to do that. And, oh, parts of the roof are now flying off. But, yeah, we're going to send it back over to Jordan Hall for now. Jack?
Don't need that. I need it for my phone. There. Easy. Whoops. I'm getting so beat outside, it's not even funny. Getting demolished out here. Just trying to get in the car, thanks. I'm gonna back up. I just want you guys to be able to see this here. For those of you watching still, yeah, we still got 60 something people in here, I guess. Sorry, been out of the car. We're getting hammered here. Pretty good. This wind's ripping. It's just getting worse. Look at this. These winds are screaming. All right. Yeah, these winds are just howling out here. We're stranded here. Water behind us is about 6 feet deep on the highway. Just me and CJ Lergner out here. Man, it's really ripping. That storm surge came all the way up there, all the way down that road. I bet we are pretty close to 8 to 10 feet of surge. I think that number is going to verify. We would be underwater if we would have stayed where we were initially. I got one. We're good. We're good. Thank you, though. He's trying to offer me food. If I drove into that right now onto the road, that water would be up over the windshield of the car. Do you guys want to see me eat a Rice Krispie in front of the stream right in the middle of the wind? I'll do it. Don't tempt me with a good time. I'm point this way so you guys can kind of get an angle of the wind here so you can see. I'm shocked these power lines are still standing. All right. Okay, stream, we're gonna attempt eating we're gonna eat a Rice Krispie in front of the camera. I hope you're ready. We're gonna attempt to, anyway. right, here we go. Let's give it a whirl here. It's so windy. I can't even open the door. I literally can't open the door. There's more water there than I realized. If I can get into my car, my God. Ow. Jeez, I can't even get in the car. Ooh. There's more water there than I realized. Oh man. Way more water there. Power lines have already come loose up there. It's hard to tell just how windy it is. I'd love to have a drone over all that surge, but I can't. Yo. Huh? Yeah, ABC bought some video earlier, some older video from earlier today. They are dumb. Yeah. Correct. No, you're... It's definitely AI. Because there ain't nothing on my end that would flag you, so... And my stuff only flags on Meta anyway, and I already added you to a whitelist. Great. Ooh. Of course. Alrighty. I like, that's how it's supposed to look, so. Sorry about that. I had to take a phone call, guys. We are back. What's cooking? Lots of debris coming apart as the wind direction shifted. Surge is still coming up. I'm gonna reposition just to show you guys some different angles now that I'm actually back in the car. I want you guys to understand how deep that water is out there. That has got to be about almost 8 to 10 feet of water out there. We were sitting out there, guys, at one point. But you can see those are homes, and that's the street where the power lines are running. Let me adjust this a little bit better. Let me pull forward. There we go. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the spot. We really risked it for the biscuit for this one, but I think it's going to pay off. I didn't realize I had a 2-hour GoPro video running on the dash. There we go. Big water, man. Oh man, let me zoom out here. This house is underwater right now. Hold on. My brakes are squeaking because of salt water. I'm gonna zoom in on this house here. That's their fence, guys. That was a fence. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, look at those waves on the fence. Wow. The water's still coming in higher and higher, guys. If anybody can screenshot the stream and tweet it out, that'd be great. Definitely think some more people should be seeing that. Look at that. Look at those waves on the fence. Ocean's in our lap right now. It's straight ahead. Oh my goodness. The shed's floating. On this. The water is going over their fence now. It's coming up even more. See that, guys? Left side of that fence is underwater. Is that building coming apart? Is it starting to get gutted? I think it might be starting to get gutted out there. Hey Mary, it's Jordan. How are you? Good. I was just gonna give you a nudge and let you know I got a house basically going underwater right now on the stream. Yeah, you can see the fence. I'm not panning at all. I'm just sitting still. Yep, it's gonna be a brown house with a blue house to the right there. We are in, what's the name of this? Cocodrie. Cocodrie, I think. Cocodrie, Cocodrie, I believe. Yep. Yeah, this is all surged out down here. Yep. I'm up on the levee. cool. I'll be out all night, so anytime. Of course. Bye. Yeah, guys, this is... That white thing floating is a big barrel out there right now. You can see the wind's ripping off the left side of these houses here. Off the left side, you can just see it coming in. I'm gonna try to shoot some video with the it looks like majority of the people down here did evacuate. I haven't seen anybody in their homes, which is good, because the further down this road you go, the more underwater it gets. I wouldn't be surprised there's over 10 feet, or around 10 feet of storm surge in here in Cocodrie. It is very deep. Water has not gone down at all. It's still going up right now. About to suck my door off. That was almost really bad on my leg. Woo! Man, that wind is cranking right now, guys. Look at the white caps here. Getting us down here a little closer so we can see that house. Yo,
At this point, we never get out of here.
it's just going up more.
Huh?
It's just going up more.
I know, but I'm saying the wind just never stops.
Hell, look how big these waves are.
All over again.
Look how big these waves are.
You said what?
Look how big the waves are.
I know. I wonder how deep it is at the corner where my surge probe is.
Deep.
Did you put a probe out here?
I did not. I didn't put any out.
I put my probe on one of the staircases and it sits about 10 feet. I wonder if the water is hitting it.
Maybe.
It's waterproof. I mean, I sealed the shit out of that.
Look at that sign's going underwater right there on the right. The street sign over there.
Yeah.
It's going underwater.
You think it'll go completely under before it's all done?
Do what?
You think it'll go completely under?
Maybe. If it does, that's deep.
I guess European model wasn't wrong about those 40 footers offshore if it was pushing on the water.
That shed's floating.
Shed?
You haven't seen the shed over there?
Where? Oh, shit. Yeah, I see it. I bet some of those buildings, after the surge goes down up there, it probably has some intense structure damage.
Oh, yeah.
And the power lines, they're just dangling around. Zap.
Are they?
Yeah, there's power lines.
Oh, I saw that.
Randomly dangling around. This, I promise you, this was the spot today.
Oh, I'm being told by numerous people this is the spot. Watching the stream, they're like, this is the best shot we've seen all day.
You upload to YouTube?
Just live streaming. It's a live stream right now.
That's all. That's right now.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Yeah.
I still have it darkened. I deepen the contrast. I'm trying to get as much detail as the wind carrying the water across the water as possible. But that's like a fucking ocean out there now. It's not even canal.
No, it's ocean. I'm gonna keep shooting video.
All right. Go ahead.
Awesome. Hey there, gang. We're taking a live look right now over in Dulac in Louisiana. We should be in the eye. Radar says we're in the eye, but we're still getting exceptional winds here, gusting over 75 to almost 80 miles per hour at times. Part of the reason, Mesovortices, smaller whirls inside the eye that are whipping around, causing continuous damaging winds. And this is all shifting northeast. So Homa, La Rose, you guys are in the thick of it right now, heading towards Raceland, Matthews, Des Allemands. Y'all are next in line as well for the inner eye wall. That's where you'll be getting the worst of the wind gusts, with gusts over 80 miles per hour. And I do think there's an increasing chance that New Orleans proper sees high-end winds gusting, you know, probably over 75 miles an hour, maybe close to 80, even at the airport. We sent a special push video to the greater metropolitan New Orleans area, courtesy of our fantastic editors, Jack and Mauricio. Mauricio has done, I think, 4 or 5 videos today. He's been a rock star. Jack has been running the stream. They're both putting in extra hours. And it's tough to tell right now, but my vehicle is rocking back and forth markedly. Some of the strongest winds of the event are still ongoing. Every time that radar says they should be winding down, they're not. The winds just get stronger and stronger, and I've seen a few gusts probably on the order of 90 miles per hour. So the storm definitely has meant business. It came ashore as a Category 2. Now it's down to a Category 1, but it is still rocking and rolling at this point. Honestly, I kind of want it to be over just so I can change a tire, because I have one flat that I got earlier on. So yes, at this point we're waiting on the storm to wind down. There won't be too much change in this shot for a little while. The worst of the weather is heading in the direction of New Orleans in the next little while, but I right now obviously have to change that tire, so that'll be something we do somewhat soon, ideally. Hopefully while there's still daylight, because otherwise that could be, a rather tricky situation doing that in the dark. You'll notice power's out, but there's one boat that probably obviously belongs to someone, and it got washed inland. No idea where it came from, but you're seeing that right there. That boat got washed inland. And you still see little zephyrs of wind whipping by. At times it's quiet, and then suddenly the vehicle's rocking back and forth, and it's seemingly nonstop. At this point, unfortunately, the cell service is basically gone, so I can't even read radar to know exactly when the storm is going to hopefully draw to a close. Ideally soon, because obviously this weather is quite inclement and dangerous, and I would like to change that tire. But look at the spray just rushing down the street, rushing pretty much everywhere. The little whirlwinds in the spray as well. There's one right there. And the water is up to the level of the street. Fortunately, it has not breached the street in this location. I chose a high area because I was worried about the surge. I know that Jordan has very strategically placed himself to be above the surge, but surrounded by it. He's a veteran storm chaser. He knows what he's doing. Incredibly talented, gifted meteorologist as well. We're so fortunate to have him on the team. But we've had all hands on deck today. The storm right now is still centered right near the coast. It's just making landfall west of Dulac, south of Morgan City. Morgan City, Shreveport, Thibodaux, LaRose, Matthews, y'all are getting the thick of it right now. And on radar, it looks like it's going to wind down soon. It's not going to. The eye is windy. The eye is messy. The eye is not a friendly eye. It's a very dirty eye, as we say in meteorology. I mean, you can look outside right now. You can tell that I'm not really in the eye of the storm. The storm is still wreaking havoc on the area. We've seen structural damage. There's a destroyed garage/overhang to my left out of the camera shot. That building in front of me, which is raised, we'll see it right here, has lost part of its roofing shingles, but structurally the building appears to be intact. No telling if this ship was sank beforehand, sank after. Same thing over here. I would venture to say these ships are likely leftovers from Ida, which came here a couple years ago back in late August of 2021 and destroyed much of the area with winds probably gusting over 130 to 140 miles per hour, which lays siege to this area. Right now, we're obviously not seeing that. It's still a significant storm, a Category 2 storm, which definitely means it is dangerous, it is fierce, it is angry, and we're still seeing erratic changes of wind speed and direction. You know, hurricanes are big heat engines, but at the same time, they're also vacuums. They're like atmospheric sink trains. As these whirlpools of wind exist, you know, if you feel in a whirlpool, it stops spinning. Same thing with the hurricane. The air wants to rush towards the middle, towards that vacuum, because the middle of the storm is missing about 4% of the atmosphere's ambient mass, which is what pulls in the winds, makes the storm so sucky. But it can't fill that void because a hurricane's spinning, and that forces the air outwards at the exact same rate. That's how a hurricane survives. Once the storm moves inland and is over the cooler land and not the warm waters, it won't be able to lift air up as much and cause that vacuum because it's not being heated from below, and that means it won't be able to cause that vacuum, and so the winds will come down, the vortex will fill in. So the hurricane will eventually weaken. That said, it still probably has another 3-ish hours as a hurricane. It'll cross through New Orleans likely as a hurricane, and then we'll finally wind down sometime later tonight into early tomorrow morning. Still be a tropical storm as it makes a run up the Mississippi Valley. Hattiesburg, Mississippi, we'll probably see winds of 45 to 55 miles per hour. Laurel, even Meridian, will see gusty winds, probably not quite tropical storm force, and some heavy rain, but it shouldn't be as bad as it otherwise could be. But again, you're seeing kind of everything going on right here. It is a messy storm. It is a problematic storm, an inclement storm, and one that, truth be told, we thought it was going to weaken, and it should have, and yet at the last minute, like so many storms, it managed to intensify. And even right now, it's holding its own. It's possible the hurricane still thinks it's over water because the land is warm and wet, and we're in a bayou area. We call that the brown ocean effect, where basically the land... Oh, did the winds die down? Or no? Where basically the land almost acts like a extension of the ocean. So that might be helping it to maintain strength a little longer than it otherwise would. Cell service where I am is officially out, so Mauricio and Jack, if anyone does try to contact me, do be kind enough to let them know that I will be incommunicado for a bit, but I'm safe, of course. Cell service in terms of phone works, being able to make calls. I just unfortunately can't access the internet or get information out. We are able to stream to you with a combination of other cell networks using something called LiveView, which basically bonds and blends all the other cell services, cell signals, and makes it so we can talk to you. The winds seem to have been dying down just a tad, and every time I think they're almost done, they roar back to life, which is, you know, a challenging aspect of this storm, but one that we're going to have to contend with. I'm hoping if I can get to a safe spot, I can just change this tire and, you know, move on with my life. Whether or not that's feasible remains to be seen. That's going to be the goal this evening, such that I can start getting on the road before, you know, daylight fully disappears. But we also have to make sure we're doing things safely. So with that, we are going to let y'all go. Thank you again so much for joining in. Jordan and I will have continued updates as need be and as more information becomes available on social media. But for the time being, we will let you go. This is heading towards New Orleans. I will be hopping off, but for now, New Orleans, hunker down, get ready. This thing's going to be moving up to you.
Back up! Back it up! Back it up! Oh! Roof's going! Roof's gone right now! Eyewall, Hurricane making landfall right now as a Category 3 storm, high intensity Cappucci. The roof of this building was just ripped off right behind me. As you can see, power lines down right now as it makes landfall. Here we go, guys. Here it comes.